Hi, this is Mary Eve with the Purdue Extension Office in Harrison County, Indiana. And I have been Christmas shopping. Got some special gifts for some special people, but now we have to wrap our gifts. I'm not going anything extravagant. This is just for my mini 4-Hers to give them simple ways of how to wrap their gifts. I have a couple of options, and we'll scoot those over here. And we have like a small cloth gift bag if you're into sewing. Makes it very simple, just a couple of stitches around the edges, ribbon, tie it, you're done. If you don't have wrapping paper and you have lunch bags, I will show you how to make a lunch bag into a quick gift bag. And I'm not going to put a whole lot of ribbons or bows on these. This is just to give you practice and show you how to wrap a gift, okay? So let's get started with the first gift. This is a gift for my mom. So you can be sure not to tell her because it's not Christmas time yet. And hopefully I don't break it. So it's a new keychain for her. And this is a very small item, so we don't need much wrapping paper at all. Okay, to estimate how much wrapping paper you're going to need, you want to set your item down on the wrapping paper. You want the sides to come up not quite to the top of the box because you're going to have another bit of wrapping paper go down the other side. And you want to make sure that your wrapping paper goes all the way around with a little bit of overlap. So we're going to start over here, have a little bit left over, and I'm going to flip the box over to the top, back to the side. So that should give me enough wrapping paper. And I will leave a little bit on this side so that I can close it up. And if you're lucky enough, this wrapping paper is not, some of them have lines on the back side, so it makes it easier for you to cut your wrapping paper and not cut too much. I'm trying to follow the lines that I can see through the wrapping paper. Okay, to wrap, you want to put the top side of the box down in the center of your paper. And what we're going to do is to just overlap it on the back. And we matched up pretty good here on the edge so that all of our lines match over here. Now if you don't have a neat dispenser like this, you may want to, ahead of time, take off a couple pieces of tape and just set them aside. And it will make it easier for you to put your tape on. So we have one piece of tape. Now we're going to do a box fold on the edges over here. So we're going to tuck these down. It looks like I got it just a little too wide. And you want to make sharp creases. So this is flat against the box. Make a sharp crease here, a sharp crease here. Fold that all the way in. Another sharp crease. Fold this side all the way in. And another sharp crease. And it ended up with a nice point right there, and there's my tape. And really for this box I should have probably used a smaller piece of tape, but we're okay there. It's like, oops, I'm a little too large here, so I may want to cut just a little bit off. And I'm going to follow the lines on the paper. And hold it so you can see it better. I'm doing this so that it doesn't bunch up on me when I go to make my folds. So folded that down flat, make a crease, fold in, two more creases, and then fold that up. And it makes a nice, neat little package. Now for Mom, I would put a gift label on there. If you don't have a label, you can make one out of your wrapping paper. and put that on there for Mom. It's a little small for a bow unless you have really, really teeny bow. Okay, so let's go on to our next package. It'll be a little bit bigger. Okay, my older son loves hot chocolate, and this is a tradition. He usually gets 4 boxes of hot chocolate mix for Christmas, and I usually wrap them 2 at a time. Now, so that this doesn't shift while I'm wrapping it, I will put a few pieces of tape to hold the 2 boxes together and make wrapping a little easier for me. Now, use some other wrapping paper. Now, if you can see it, this wrapping paper does have some of the lines. And this will help me cut it straight. So we still have to measure how big we're going to need on our wrapping paper. So estimate a little higher and halfway up. So that's about 2.5 squares. And just roll it along. 3, 4 edges. Keep my 2.5 squares and put me about 2.5 squares on this side. So it brings me up to this line. Okay, and then so I have a little bit of an overlap. I'm going to cut along this line here. Make sure you know where your other hand is when you're cutting your wrapping paper. I'm going to put face side down, line this up. Have a nice overlap. And I already have my tape ready for me to go. Okay, and again we're going to fold this side up against the box, make sure it's good and tight. Make a sharp crease on either side. Tuck it in. Another sharp crease. Tuck it in. Make sure all of our creases are nice and crisp. One didn't go all the way in. And we'll do this one here, that side all the way in, make a nice sharp crease, all the way in, another sharp crease, have all of our creases, and lost my piece of tape. There we go. So we have a nice simple gift for my son. Now what else is in this bag? So this is for my husband. He bow hunts. So this is a glove that he can wear when he pulls back the bowstring. So this one's going to be kind of difficult. So I think I will use our lunch bag for this one. So we're just going to open our lunch bag. And I'm just going to put a quick piece of tissue on here so my husband can't see it through the bag. Going to fold down the edge. And this is a hole punch. I'm just going to punch a couple of holes in here. Oop, that one's a little high. And we'll get a piece of ribbon. And just slide it through our holes. And tie a bow. And if you like your bag a little fancier, you can go ahead and use some markers and make some Christmas decorations on it. So you have just a simple gift wrapping. Now I have one more thing down in the bag. It's like, what do you do with this gift? Okay, there's a couple of things you can do. If you have a box that's the right size, you want to pack it carefully with some paper around it, tissue paper. If you don't have a box, yes, we're going to use a gift bag on this one. Now, I brought a couple of gift bags with me, and I was thinking, oh, this one's about the right size, but this gift bag goes this way. And you also want to make sure that if you're measuring the bottom of your gift bag, that it is wide enough for the gift that you're going to put it in, or put the gift into. So let's test it on this gift bag. You seem to have picked up an extra decoration. Look, bells. But let's put this in the gift bag that we think will work. It's like, oh my. That is way too fat and stuffed. And we want to protect this gift because it is breakable. So I'm going to use a little bit larger gift bag, which is plenty large for this gift, going in all directions. So we're still going to carefully wrap our gift in tissue paper, since it is fragile and has to do a little bit of traveling. Set it down into the gift bag, and we want to put a little something special on that. I have one piece of green tissue paper. I'm just going to cut this in half. So that we get two pieces out of it. Didn't cut that very nice, but, and then you take from the center, lift a little, and just poof. And it makes it nice and puffy. So in the middle, turn it over, and it's magic. So we put this in the gift bag. And then if you like and you have a spare piece of ribbon, oh, let's go with the red. It will show up better against the green. And we'll just make a pretty knot and a bow. And so that will make your gift bag just that more special. And there we go. All kinds of wrapping ideas, and I hope you try them all out. Thanks, and Merry Christmas.